Hi, I'm Kevin Andrew Murphy, and I'm here with Derek McCaw of
Fanboy Planet.
Fanboy Planet, and we're going to do unboxing of month 2. On the table, we've got all of the items of month 1, and here we have the box of month 2 that showed up just this morning. So, let's see if we can pop the seals. Antique letter opener. Seal things up pretty well at Disney. Let's take the whole box out this way. And here is box 2. And probably should show one thing here, since we've got the month 1 box. Month 1 has the bottom of the mansion. This has the second story of the mansion.
Ah.
And I guess box 3 will give us the third story. But for right now, let's go ahead and open up Haunted Mansion. Ooh. Okay, set aside the ritual bell, not found in here. We've got a number of things here. We've got the music box, which I accidentally scanned from random junk on my desk, and it thought that I had the music box, but it's a little wooden music box with a bat on it, a crank, and it needs to take a player piano roll, which looks that you get it by desecrating the redusting ad from month 1. We've got more cards from the deck of Madame Leota with a different series of runes on them. We've got, looks like a blueprint of the mansion. I saw early ads and it was one of the things scattered out. And yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's a rather spiffy blueprint. I'm not going to break the seal. I'll just see if I can slide it off. Okay. And appears to be, yes, a full blueprint of the Haunted Mansion.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really nice. And I wonder if it has a special coating on the, like there was on the wedding invitation that turns into the funeral invitation for month 1. And then we've got here our envelope with assorted cardboard goodies in it. So let's see what we get here. Okay. We have got another Ghost Relations Department notice, which I can see already has the secret writing. And I'll just read it. It says, "Dear mortal and esteemed ally of ghosts, we cannot begin to understand how you have done it, but it seems you have thoroughly impressed our spectral friends. The small treasures enclosed in the second shipment come directly from the spirits and have been compiled specifically for your use. A consequence of this curious turn is that we cannot exactly say some of these are, nor how they work. We transcribe below the contents of the package as they arrive, spelled in the dust that settled on our desks overnight. 1, of the most recent edition of the Grim Gazette. 2, a music box modeled on our mansion's very own pipe organ. 3, a phenakistoscope conceived by the ghosts to be constructed to their specifications. 4, a fine drawing featured some of the doors of our esteemed mansion, which I would know is that the corridor of doors, because I've managed to sneakily figure out what the code was for month 2 before they patched that in the app. Number 5, blueprints displaying some of the rooms our haunts inhabit. And 6, additional divination cards reproduced from the deck of the great Madame Leota. Eternally yours, the Ghost Relations Department. P.S. The ghosts have added their own messages to this letter. Most mortals find spirit writing easiest to read when the paper is dampened with water." So, Derek, if you would hand me that slightly damp paper towel there.
Mm-hmm.
And
So we have been playing with the supernatural all evening long.
Okay, hi again. I'm Kevin. We had a spectral vibrations from the iPhone problem, so we have just picked up with my iPhone. And here's the special message. Derek, we'd already the original message, but now we just need to do the special one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It says, "You are indeed a talented individual. Even Madame Leota declares it, and this discovery of your powers couldn't come too soon. To understand what will restore our ability to travel, we need measurements from the land of the living. In this box, you will find some goods to make these observations. First off, perhaps a reflection of your tea leaves will help guide you." So that's what the Grimm Gazette, tea leaf reading, like with month 1. "You already have a sheet devoured by moths. Tear it into strips to make the piano sing. Observe the movements of the dancers as this spins," and there's, I guess, movements of the dancers in there. "Note the steps and music to the and match to the moth-eaten strips. A fine drawing featuring some of the doors of our esteemed mansion," and as I said earlier, I had actually managed to find the corridor doors by accident, and then they later on patched the app. "Additional divination cards reproduced from the deck of the great Madame Leota to further your studies in our time of trouble." And that's the special message from the Ghost Relations Department. Okay, so, and now Derek, if you can hand me your phone open to the app so we can start scanning things.
Alrighty.
Okay. We've got the most recent edition of the Grimm Gazette. Let's see if we can scan it and if something happens.
Well, now I've seen everything.
How about that?
Oh, it's a new day, fellas. Don't you forget it. Madame Leota's not just tolerating the living. She's invited them to help out. Yeah, but you think they're up to the job? The committee does. The Ghost Relations Department does. Who are we to say no? Rack 'em up. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in them boxes. You really think mortals are going to figure out how to use it all to take the measurements that Victor and Madame Leota need? I really think they'd better, or we're all doomed. Okay, here we go. Ooh, good break. Foolish mortals. Maybe they're not that foolish, huh? I hear some of those tools in them boxes let the mortals listen in on us, right here in the mansion. Oh, yeah. They can hear us. They're probably listening to us right now.
Well, I'll be. Hello out there? How are you? Well, that's good. Me? Oh, well, I'll tell you, I'm just dead. Tired. There's just so much going on here. The boys and I, we're shooting some pool as it is.
You know they're not going to answer.
And they're solids. We're pretty much running the table.
Okay, and ooh, there's a whole tarot spread in the middle of the Grimm Gazette, Volume 2, but we've also got a medium's choice with the today's tea leaves. We can go ahead and take the teacup and read what the special message is. Okay. It says, "Seek forgotten room." And in the accidental preview of month 3 that came from a bug, which they did some very entertaining things on the website about talented mortals tuned in the future, there was lots of talk about the forgotten room. So anyway, we need to seek the forgotten room. And what else do we have here? Looks like we have Madame Leota's cards and various other things. We've also got the new corridor of doors, which has a rune on it. Let's just see. This, I think, is the corridor of doors, but you're also supposed to pop the cards apart to form different combinations. But let's check here and see what scanning this picture of the corridor of doors does. Does it believe in the corridor of doors? No. But, yep. This was the combination that I accidentally came upon, which is the Sun, Neptune, and Moon, which will then get you into the corridor of doors.
I had a premonition this might be useful, but the why of it all is shrouded in mystery. Perhaps, in time, it will become clear to us both. It's lovely to look at, though, isn't it? But I don't think you're quite ready for this yet. We sent you a scope, a big round disc. Did you take measurements with it yet? Try that first.
Okay, that is the phenakistoscope, which is supposed to be the big round disc, and I have not seen a big round disc yet, unless it is here in the Grim Gazette. The only big round disc seems to be the Tasseomancy ad, so let's just try that, see if that shows us something.
All right.
Nope, that just pulls up the Grim Gazette again. Do you see a big round disc, Eric?
I'm not seeing one. Is there still like a panel at the bottom of the box?
That's a possible place. Nothing I can see there. Ah! Bingo!
There's
Hidden
a big
underneath.
round- Clever, clever.
Which is also what we call a zoetrope. Which is classic Disney. So we've got a zoetrope here. I'm going to put the Grim Gazette out of the way and see if we can... Oh, the dance steps on one side and the partners on the other.
Are we going to have to dance?
I don't think so.
Thank heavens.
Oh, darn. Looks like you're... It has locked up for a second. I think I'm going to have to restart the app, which is... Actually, if you don't mind, I'm closing a whole bunch of your other things because it's
Not at all.
clogged the whole phone up. Here we go. There we go. There. And now we can just do the Phantom Radio. Okay. And this should probably pull up. Ah!
We've sent you a powerful tool for measuring spectral energies. It's called a phenakistoscope. Let's just call it the scope from here on out, please and thank you. We made this scope especially for your mortal hands. I'm quite sure we got it right. Though, to tell the truth, it's been some time since any of us on the committee were mortals. The important thing is that you must assemble your scope. If you look in the shipment we sent you, there will be a large disc. Attach the handle on the clock side, the side where there are no dancers. When you are finished putting your scope together, scan it for me.
Okay. And it says something about attach it with included screw. And I'm trying to find if there is included screw. Ah, there is. Taped to the bottom. Or stuck in the slot on the bottom. Okay. So we've got, and there's a nice thing here done in mirror writing. And what it says, if we start with this, it says, give it a spin and face this side to mirror. Hold handle. Look through, what's that? Look through slits. Give it a spin. So basically we hold this up and put it through the spin, start spinning it. And it's a zoetrope, which is, as I mentioned, classic Disney magic. Make sure instructions attach disc to handle with included screws. So we got the included screws, and we got this. And so there's a concave and convex side here. And it looks as if, okay, the screw end goes through here. And I believe, which direction do we want the handle on? The handle needs to go on the side with a 13. There's a 13 right here.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to put the 13 here. And this is the phenakistoscope, which is going to be like the spiffy radio, something that does not fit back in the box once we assemble it.
And there is the radio from box 1.
Yeah. And let's see. Here we go. This screws together fairly neatly, and I just need to put it on. I'm just screwing it by hand. Okay. So we now have the phenakistoscope. Okay, and so make sure handle is on this side. Instructions attached just to handle with included screw. Okay, let's see what happens. Look through slits. That's interesting.
Well, if you hold it to a mirror,
yeah, if you hold it,
then you'd see them dancing.
Mm-hmm. So what we need is a mirror. Okay, we have reconvened to the bathroom, not haunted, but this way we can read clear. It says, give it a spin, face this side to mirror, hold handle, and look through slits. So we're going to give it a spin and look through slits. Here, try it again. Oh, that's really cool. The dancers dance and the pipes, the steam pipes go up and down. And I noticed that there's dance steps here on this side, so I'm going to try and spin it around and see what happens with the dancer steps. You're seeing lots of spinning. Basically, it's a classic zoetrope. Let's see if we can show what's going on here through the zoetrope holes.
Vaguely. I think it's too far away from the mirror itself.
Okay, it's zoetrope, and there's also obviously some special dance step things where there are some sort of footprints, which, wait a minute, I think these may be glow in the dark. Let's see.
Yes.
They are. Okay, they don't spin specially, but they are glow in the dark. So let's turn the light back on, charge it brightly up. I could tell the coating there and realize that looks like glow in the dark coating. And yep, it's for the dance steps. Okay. So I think we found what we need to here. Let's go back to the dining room. Glow in the dark. Watch them spin. Yeah. Okay, we have discovered the secrets of the phenakistoscope, which is a zoetrope by any other name. And there are secret glow-in-the-dark dance steps on one side, and the other side has the dancers who glow in the dark. And let's see what the next thing is on the list that we're supposed to look for. Okay. A music box modeled on our mansion's very own pipe organ. And for that purpose, we are going to have to desecrate the redusting ad from month 1, which I kind of am loath to do. But things are very, very nicely perforated. So what I'm going to do is the best way to do something like this without actually trashing it is to fold it back and forth exactly where the tears are several times so that it weakens the tears and makes it very easy for them to tear. So I'm going to do that several times, both directions, until it's basically just ready to pop open and give us the strips. I'll do it a few more times here. Okay, and is that... Ah, yeah, now it's just weakened and... Okay. We've got... This is just the key to the moth holes from month 1's part of the Grim Gazette. And then we've got here the music box strips. So, at least the way they perforated these, they made it so that it works really well this way to do it without too much damage to the paperwork. Ah, there we go. Okay, and the last one. And I'm certain that we're destroying something of the collectability because there's going to be probably people months from now selling things sort of like ones with the redusting ad never before punched out. But what's the fun of not doing this a little bit?
Well, okay, now I heard that only 33% of the memberships were California based, so people aren't going to be able to make the trips down once you've had the clues.
Mm-hmm.
So I suspect there's people that are just buying it for the collectability.
Which is fine. I collect tarot cards, so for me the whole thing was Haunted Mansion Tarot deck. That's worth the price of admission by itself. And then I found that, hey, I can get something to work at the Haunted Mansion, and I was planning a trip anyway, and then I have friends who are going, so all cool. Yeah. So, we've got 3 different strips. And I don't know which direction we're supposed to start it, but it looks like you can put things in multiple different ways. And, oh, okay, it fits into the player piano. Ah, bingo, there's a slot here where you can put things in, and then you can make the piano play, and I see a strip at the back. So, let's see. Or did I have it not go in quite correctly? Here. That's not okay. It is going in. I'm just wondering if I've got it going threading properly. Looks like it can be threaded multiple different ways. Let's see. Okay, maybe we could put it through the back first. Did that help? Maybe the back will do it? The back definitely doesn't do it. I can see it goes in here in the front. And it goes there. let's see what the instructions say again. I don't want to trash anything too much. A music box modeled on our very own pipe organ. So let's see if we can try it. I'll try another one of the strips. It certainly goes in here, but it just doesn't seem to go any further. Now I see a slot on the other side where it's supposed to come out. Ah, there we go. It's just start.
Well,
There we go. Just have to get it to thread right. So.
are we playing backwards or forwards on the music?
We're maybe playing some way, but I was noticing that your phone was chiming as it was going along, so it is definitely recognizing the music, and there's something is being scanned in. So it's hearing the music, and it has recognized something is going on. That was interesting. Let's try next strip. Oh, good Lord. There's like multiple different ways to put these in. Let's try this one this direction. Okay. You know, I'm going to pause for a second with it since it wants to scan something. I'm going to make it scan the music box, because I remember the music box, when I got to it accidentally before, it scanned something special. So let's see if we can get to view the music box. Okay, let's see if we can give it the special code, because there should be a special code to the music box. And yes, there is, right here on the back. It is Moon, Earth, and Leo.
Hello. This music box is very important. It is the way you will send us the measurements of spectral energy that you discover. But before this, you must make the measurements. And so, first, you must assemble the phenakistoscope, or as we like to call it, the scope. Is there a big round disc you can scan?
Okay, we have done that. Okay, so we had the phenakistoscope, the music box, and let's try the doors now that we've actually got the phenakistoscope and the music box and the Grim Grisette in, and see if Madame Leota complains this time.
premonition this might be useful, but the why of it all is shrouded in mystery. Perhaps, in time, it will become clear to us both. It's lovely to look at, though, isn't it? But I don't think you're quite ready for this yet. We sent you a scope, a big round disc. Did you take measurements with it yet? Try that first.
Looks like we need to still take the measurements with the scope. I'm not certain how to take the measurements here. Unless... Okay, the measurements... Notice that there are keys here to the various footsteps. And here are the dance steps which correspond to that, going with 13. I have a feeling that we need to go around, play all of the strips in order of all of the dance steps.
Okay.
That's going to take some doing. Should we pause?
Let's
and then
pause and let you solve that.
Yeah.
And we'll just come back and report on it.
Yeah, I think pause and come back to report on that. But that seems like it's going to be a big... Let's take a look at what the blueprints do. Because the blueprints should have something interesting to scan. Because I think everything with the phenakistoscope is going to be... It's a beautiful puzzle, but it's going to be a pain to deal with. And let's see if we can just scan the blueprints. Let's see. Well, it doesn't seem to like scanning the blueprints, but there's a cheat code to the blueprints here at the bottom. Moon, conjunction, sun.
I had a premonition this might be useful, but the why of it all is shrouded in mystery. Perhaps, in time, it will become clear to us both. It's lovely to look at, though, isn't it? But I don't think you're quite ready for this yet. We sent you a scope, a big round disc. Did you take measurements with it yet? Try that first.
Okay.
We're going to pause this and we're going to try that, taking measurements. As we solve this.
Let's take a look, though, at Madame Leota's cards. Just see if she says the same thing as well, or say, no, try again here. And we will just simply go ahead and use Madame Leota's cheat codes on the back. Madame Leota's cheat codes. Yeah, it looks like Saturn and Jupiter and the Sun. So Saturn, Jupiter, whatever.
I had a premonition this might be useful, but the why of it all is shrouded in mystery.
Boy.
Perhaps, in time, it will become clear to us both.
You know what?
It's lovely to look at, though, isn't it?
I think
but
it will be.
I don't think you're quite ready for this yet.
We're going to cheat
We sent you
and
a scope,
peek at what
a
Madame
big
Leota's
round
cards are. For
disc. Did you take measurements with it yet? Try that first.
You should very carefully peel up the seal here, because the seal is very pretty and you want to preserve it. But what I'm interested in is what Madame Leota's cards are. So give me a moment to carefully pry up the seal without destroying it. They did a really nice job of sealing this, and I'm wishing there was some better way to do this than... Well, actually, the letter opener is probably the best way. Without breaking the seal completely, just to peel it up. There are probably some collectors who aren't even opening the seal on the cards. It's kind of like having books with uncut pages. I've got a copy of the Dulac Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam from like 1900 that somebody didn't cut the signatures for half of the pages, which is both kind of cool and kind of sad. But we can go ahead and check to see what the cards are for the second one. Looks like we have got a crypt, a library, the music room, the endless hall, the great hall, the attic, the portrait gallery, the foyer, and the stretching gallery. So we have a continuation of Madame Leota's cards, which probably should have a magic trick, like in the first section. And I think that this is probably a good place to pause it, because there's obviously a big puzzle to do where we do all of these strips with all 12 different dance steps and 12 different music box combinations, and then everything should come out together. But anyway, it looks like a very cool puzzle for month 2, and hopefully we can get everything working. So, and there are, as we know so far, 3 different ghosts to rescue at Disneyland. Which ones are those, Derek?
There is, it's the captain, Ernst, the piano player, and I think the other one's name is Sarah. She's a palm reader.
Ah, okay. And, well, then cheers until next month's unboxing.